There's different methods in industry to deal with the varnishing issue. One method is to use a very fine particulate removal technology and combine that with a cooler. And the idea being that if we're able to cool the oil down, we're able to convert all those varnish precursors into a solid and then remove them with the fine filter. There's a number of issues and problems with this. The most important is that when you're making the decision to invest in a lubricant conditioning system, you want to make sure that it's working 100% of the time, removing the contamination in the native form that it's in at the operating conditions the machine is at. So if a turbine is running base load 90% of the time, that oil is warm, it's never going to see temperatures below 40 degrees Celsius. In this condition, the varnish precursors are always dissolved. Okay, so applying a particulate removal technology to address that is completely missing the point. When you add a cooler on there to cool the oil down and lower the saturation point, what they're trying to do is convert that dissolved material into a solid, and then they can remove it. Well, the problem is chemical equilibrium is going to take time. You let the oil sit at ambient temperature for 72 hours, and during that period, chemical equilibrium will occur, and some of that material will spill out of solution, form a solid, and then you'll be able to remove it with the filter. The problem is this is just the incremental portion. So say if your oil was 40% saturated and you're able to cool the oil to 9 degrees and say you got it to 35% saturation point, only that incremental 5% would come out of the oil. So you're never able to direct 100% of the varnish issue. You're only ever able to deal with an incremental portion. A better way to deal with this is to apply technology that removes the varnish in its original native form, which is dissolved. And by applying ICB technology, its purpose is to remove dissolved impurities, and it can work at any temperature. So when your oil is warm in a baseload turbine application, it's going to remove 100% of that contamination. So it's much more effective approach than to require extraneous mechanical components that are very energy intensive and expensive to operate, and really that aren't getting to the root cause of the issue. So using ICB technology in this methodology will be 100% effective 100% of the time.